So guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we need to talk about Aston Villa versus Israel champions Maccabi Tel Aviv fans protest. So let's get started. So let's start the video. 3 points for Villa and one huge sigh of relief for the people of Aston Heights and its surrounding areas. A night that left so many fearing the worst ended with a straightforward win for a Unai Emery's team and more importantly no widespread and disorder as what appeared to be a successful security operation involving 700 police officers from 10 different forces and lead to just 11 arrests. Maccabi Tel Aviv had arrived without any supporters allowed into the ground banned because Birmingham safety advisory group ruled last month that their presence would mean a threat of uh, uh, widespread trouble, and from that decisions fallout with Sir Keir Starmer among those to criticize the SAG grew conjecture and speculation of chaos on the streets of the second city. What transpired was a series of noisy protests on the streets of B6, but fortunately, no real evidence of violence. If the atmosphere was tense and noisy outside before and by several accounts during the match, the feeling inside the stadium was uncertain, was disconnected. So severe were the warnings of trouble that many had chosen to stay at home, and there were empty seats visible in every section of the ground. The Villa fans who turned up were quickly to attempt some humor directed at the vacant away end with chants of "You have been seeing the Villa now" of home. I don't say the line. You have only you have only come to see the Villa. Shall we sing a song for you? And it's very quiet over there. Maccabi Tel Aviv were barred from bringing fans into Villa Park for the Europa League clash. Yet those quickly faded to be replaced by a low hum of chatter for much of a rhymeless first half, aside from a small number of half and half scraps, bout as a peculiar uh, memento for this very peculiar occasion. There was little else worth nothing in the stands. On the streets surrounding Villa Park, it was a different story, even if there was unfortunately no violence. As kickoff approached, a pro-Israel protest was pinned into a basketball court and playground behind the dog alleys stand with a far large pro-Palestinian group had formed on Trinity Road, although it was now here close to outstanding 50,000 predicted by one organizer earlier this week. Pro-Palestinian protests filled the streets outside Villa Park ahead of kickoff. By late morning, their posters and banners were being attached to lampposts, with Villa staff moving quickly to demand that one reading boycott Israel be removed from the grounds gates. The messages of shooting babies in Gaza, playing games in Birmingham, and give Zoin's name. The red card remained attached to public properly outside. Reminders of the being a peaceful demonstration were mixed with inflammatory chants of "from the river to the sea and death to the IDF local independent MP Ayub Khan was among those to give an address. When you see the images of children being massacred, when you understand that more than 800 athletes have been killed in Gaza, then you will understand the moral argument that if we can Russian football teams, then the right moral stance is you ban any Israel team from participating, he told the crowd before conveying his wish that Villa defeat their visitors by a significant margin. That was made by loudest cheer with many passing matchgoers joining in. Not every Villa fan was comfortable with their presence, however, and a line of police on horseback intervened when a small group of supporters began chanting Tommy Robinson's name close to the 8 a.m. kickoff. Earlier, when one woman in her 20s stood with the flag of Israel stretched out, she was met by a predictable verbal reaction before being escorted away for her own safety. It simmered for some time but never boiled over. Some Villa fans clashed with protesters as police intervened. Back inside, the Maccabi players had been met with complete disinterest when they emerged for their pre-match warm-ups, and where was hardly a murmur when their lineup was read out over a PA turned up louder than normal. Indeed, the only wave of discontent shown in the opening 15 minutes was towards centre back Muhammad Ali Camara, who twice went down injured before being substituted. Time wasting from goalkeeper Roy Mishpati brought more jeers from the fans, yet the atmosphere remained unmistakably weird. It did not help that Villa's fast, sustained bit of pressure in the final third arrived with 35 minutes on the clock as Morgan Rogers and Donald Malen both went close, while Martsen turned down a chance to shoot by delivering a low cross instead. Some Villa fans clashed with protesters as police intervened. Back inside, the Maccabi players had been met with complete disinterest when they emerged for their pre-match warm-ups, and where was hardly a murmur when their lineup was read out over a PA turned up louder than normal. Indeed, the only wave of discontent shown in the opening 15 minutes was towards centre back Muhammad Ali Camara, who twice went down injured before being substituted. Time wasting from goalkeeper Roy Mishpati brought more jeers from the fans, yet the atmosphere remained unmistakably weird. It did not help that Villa's fast, sustained bit of pressure in the final third arrived with 35 minutes on the clock as Morgan Rogers and Donald Malen both went close, while Martsen turned down a chance to shoot by delivering a low cross instead. Ian Martsen broke the deadlock for Aston Villa after a disjointed half. He did not pass up a second opportunity entering first half. Added time through when he delivered a swerving effort from a tight angle in of the woodwork following the build-up play from Morgan Rogers, Malen leading the line and Oli Watkins given a rest from the starting 11 made it 2-0 in the 59 minute by cooling converting a soft penalty awarded when Esri Konsa was judged to have been fouled by Elliot Maddon on the edge of the area. That it would be deemed a bit of controversy worth talking about on a night that promised so much travel was some comfort to take from an occasion when really there were never going to be any winners. So guys, if you love this video, please make to sure like and subscribe to watch more videos of my channel. Thank you.